Good morning, everyone, from Paradise Central here at the Rancho de Rosie and Jen, Casa de Rosie and Jen's particular, and it's Wednesday, and it's the day we're going to address the flooring issues here in the renovation of the Casa bathroom. As you remember from our last exciting episode on Saturday, we went and removed, Jennifer pulled up the vinyl, and I pulled up the what little subfloor there was with the masonite, a little 1/4 inch sheet of masonite. Pulled that up, and we found tremendous water intrusion down underneath of the vinyl, and the vinyl had actually acted like a trap to keep that down there. And I guess when they went to sell the house and try to fix it up a few years ago, they decided just to slap some vinyl down. Well, the problem was, of course, that the toilet was leaking, and I don't know, I haven't gotten in all the way yet to see if the toilet flange has been broken, or maybe the wax ring just wore out. But in any event, every time it flushed, there would be water intrusion into the floor here. So I'll bring you in, and we'll take a look at what we're talking about here, because it's had a chance to finally dry. As I mentioned, now that the floor is partially dried, and this would probably take another week to really dry out. But you can see where the toilet flange, I have the cover on it now, and some of the old oakum and lead that they used to seal those back in the day. And they're known to leak. They don't last forever. Even when you drop a wax seal on it, you know, you have water extrusion that comes out. It's not uncommon after 5 or 6 years. So there's something that you want to replace in your home every once in a while. But you can see down here, underneath here, we have some significant rot on there. Lucky it's about 1.5 inches. A foot and a half in there, where we've had some rot go in. And what actually happens is this plywood down here, which was probably replaced 30 years ago, because the floor joist, not the joist, but this redwood subflooring was rotten here. That acts like a big wick or something that draws water. This fiber, every time it gets wet, it draws more and more water to the back till it finally hit this back plate here, this sole plate on the floor, and that's where a lot of the water would collect. So it's going to be a mess down there when we pull that off, I'm sure, today. But you can see some of the wood damage here, and that's just plain and simple from water intrusion into here. So we're going to go ahead and get started today and start pulling this up. Then I'll have a better idea of the plumbing, because ideally I'd like to make the shower a bit wider here and a lot more comfortable. But we have to do some measurements to make sure that we're not intruding on any of the wheelchair entrance here. So it's going to be a big question of how far over, you know, the sink can be positioned and still give a very comfortable ingress. We have double sheeted plywood here, so you know, it's been a mishmash of stuff. Plus the nails they used were huge mofos, 8 weight. It's absolutely astoundingly long. So little by little we're getting it up and getting her done here. You can see ground level down there. That's the shower P trap there, the P pipe. P, not PEE, for shower drain. That traps the P trap down there. So all right, we're going to keep rolling. All right, happy? All right. That's the way we do it. That's the way we do it. Oh, without knotting ourselves. Yeah, just want to show it low here. Okay guys, it's really hot, really sweaty, and you can see we've made good progress here, getting a lot of this flooring up. And this redwood on the wings over here is in such good shape. I understand now why whoever executed this repair fitted 2 sheets of plywood in, which was fine, because that made up to the perfect height though. But the problem was that the water intrusion just carried everywhere underneath of that piece of plywood, and you can see some of the rot here. It's just amazing in there. So little by little we're taking it out. This from about here on over is good. So we got really one more rotten section to take out here, and we're gonna have to take that out because we're gonna be building the shower. That's going to be below floor grade. It's going to be below floor level there as a roll-in below grade shower. So we're going to have to take out those boards too. So, all right, stay tuned. The fun continues. Well, we're down here. We're almost through to the outside wall here. So far, no surprises. The only thing is, and you might want to come in and take a look at this this stack. And if you see down here, this tree, this soil stack is cast iron, and I suspected it might be. So because it is, it's not something that I want to mess with. So that sort of clinches the deal that we're going to stick with the original fixturing locations here. I figured this way, we stood in a 24-inch tub, interior dimension width, to take a shower and stuff, and that was okay. So we're stepping up to 30 inches here on the inside, so you know, that should be okay for us. So yeah, I get a little greedy, I think, about comfort and all that kind of stuff, but coming down to earth, right?
Well, if we want comfort, we'll just go to bed.
There we go. So we got a few more pieces. I'm being very careful at the end because the shower is actually going to be built on this plane down here, and then the subfloor is going to have another inch of plywood, then the hard 3/4 inch of plywood, then the hardy backer board on it, and then the finished tile. So you can see that this is going to be significantly below grade when we're done now, making a beautiful hump-free shower to go into. So
no humping in the shower.
No humping in the shower. Wow. So you'll be happy. You can see that somebody has previously done some work here in some of these areas, mainly because this center support beam was pretty much rotted out. So what they did was go ahead and sister two 2x6s to it to give a lot of new support. There's no sense taking out the old one here because it probably spans the width of the house. So this is the proper way to do it. They did a good job, and this just shows you what happens. Probably the old bathtub or shower was leaking, and you can see the tremendous amount of damage that does when you have something like that. So the rod is stopped for now, so we're going to move forward here. The big decision is maybe we cut out the rest of the redwood. I don't know, but it's so good. That redwood there, the quality is so good. And I think what we'll end up doing, since we're going to oversheet with a 3/4 inch sheet of plywood anyway, there's no chance of any transmission of any floor unevenness or anything like that. I don't believe in just ripping up flooring for the sake of flooring, because it'll be very easy to match that level and get a continuous run. I have a piece to take to the lumber yard to match up on some flooring. But down here, this is going to be where the shower pan is going to sit in. Going to frame out here for really good support at this level. Then we're going to put our plywood base on top of that, and it's going to be lower than the rest of the floor, so it'll be a beautiful, beautiful thing. So this is where the real work is done in this whole job, and all this framing, because we want to make this as strong as possible. As you see down here, and maybe Jennifer can show you from the side over here, if you stand over here and look down, You can see these are all over the house. These big support piers down here. You can see. So this thing is got one right there. So this thing is strong as an ox. And we were marveling at the foundation too. And you really like that foundation because it was a pyramid foundation where it goes straight down on the outside wall, but inside the footprint is about 2 feet on the inside. It goes down about 22 inches.
It's orgasmic to see a foundation like that.
Yeah, it's a tremendous foundation, and it's bolted on. Even in those days, they were bolting it down because of earthquakes. So, going to do a little more here, then we're going to get a little cleaned up. I really don't want to leave any wood down below to attract termites or anything. So, it's going to be a good cleanup day. Finish cleaning up here, then I'm going to go out and get some more. I'm going to get some 2x6s here and do some more frame out here, and it's going to be awesome, and we are going to be good to go. So it's going to be a lot less plumbing than we thought. This has to be jigged a little bit. The shower, the P trap down here, because it's shaped like a P, and this should be easy to do. One disconnect here. It's not the end of the world if that snaps down there. Big deal. We can always use a rubber Fernco coupling to do that, so I'm not particularly worried about that. I have been using WD-40 somewhere around here, penetrating oil, to try to loosen some of those connections, because I have to have an offset to come over here for the linear drain. But I'll tell you, everything's going pretty good. I really can't complain about everything. Anything. I'm on the Freudian slip. All right, see you in a bit.
Got some good news here.
Yeah, here's the good news. We were able to break this connection here, and that'll be a good thing for repositioning the P-trap in the shower, and I'll work that into position now. But over here, it's a little too close to the wall, so I'll be able to put a 45-degree bend in here, and then move it out to a location that'll more be about 10 inches away from the wall area. And you know, with being as we're going to try to have a linear drain, and I don't guarantee it, but with linear drain, we drain slightly from the back wall. We want to bring this drain about 1 foot in, and then we slope from the back to the front here. So we want to make sure we don't have our drainage, so everything's just gone downhill. We've got to move it over in this direction some. So I'm very happy with a couple bends and a few more pieces here. We should be able to put that in no problem at all, and may actually be able to uncouple it from over here. But I'll take my little victories today without cracking a piece of cast iron pipe. So, all right. All right, just got back from the lumber deck. It's about noon today, and Jen has really done a nice job cleaning up in here now. So what I want to do now is start building out more of the support for what was taken away. And since the shower is basically going to sit on this level with you know, basically one sheet of plywood on top, where everything else gets built up here about 2 inches, 2.5 inches above that. You know, I want to make sure that that shower base has really good support. So you can see I had to remove to get some of the old subfloor out. So on this sill plate underneath here, where the foundation is, I want to go ahead and buck up 2 or 3 of those 2x6s side by side to give really good support for this side of the shower base. I'm going to try to lay one in behind there. Hopefully it'll fit in nicely behind the piping there, and one on this side over here. I need to keep it a little open because I need to keep some space to work on the plumbing here. I need to change out this galvanized down here. I want to put PEX in up here. PEX is the really good tubing, the poly tubing. It's outstanding for plumbing jobs, and it's really what's mainly used these days because of the price of copper, and I've been very happy with PEX over the years. Okay, so I want to also underfill under here. I got some rod under there, so time to get cracking.